Hi Scorpio, welcome or welcome back to the Oystress. I'm so happy to have you here. It's been a minute since we've been here. I'm realizing it's been a year since your last reading, so it does make sense for what I already have as channeled messages and downloads for you guys. I do feel like this message is going to be pretty quick, well, shorter than normal. If you have obviously other aspects in your chart that you connect to, there have been readings for you to tap into within those. You can always do that because I'm only going to speak when I'm guided to come on here. So I hope that you guys have been doing well. Clearly you have been based on what I have for you guys today. It is presently Monday, August 18th at 2:56 p.m. I said, let me just do a quick little lunch break situation for you guys. So I sat and meditated on your energy. I'm going to pray with you guys just so we can cleanse the space even more and then tap in. So Lord, thank you for allowing me to be here with Scorpio, to tap into their energy, to be friends with them, to reunite with them, to be one with them in a space in which you have created for us for their highest and best good. I pray for continued protection around Scorpio, confidence in their mindset, their movement forward, and all that it is that they need at this time and always. In Jesus' name, amen. Okie dokie. You guys feel much clearer than you were before. I believe your last reading was there's a knock at the door and it's you. And it's so funny because this whole reading is about you getting your wings and being called to ascend. So you've been under heavy transformation and now you're like sort of, I don't want to say reaching your peak because from here it's just going to keep getting up and going up and getting better. But it's certainly not a place that you were in before. You've had to work really hard to be where you're presently sitting. So that is the overall message here. Your value is increasing and you're ascending, which we just spoke on. You guys do have incoming communication coming in. It was not just this chaotic. Like I feel like a lot of action is starting to come towards you. If it's not happening right now, it's about to. For most of you, this isn't right now, but it's genuinely on its way to you. And you're think in a way of like you and your friend are supposed to go out tonight and you're waiting for your friend to pick you up. It's that close. Like it's headed to you and you're getting ready. If not already being in this space. I do feel like, side note here, some of you feel like you're owed an apology from someone that you're just not receiving. And they could kind of just be making it seem like everything's cool, sort of brushing it under the rug. And it's like, you know, I can be a bigger person here, but it would be nice if you could actually just apologize for where you kind of messed up. The number 17 could be significant, or Aquarius energy. These names could mean something to you. Maybe it's your name or people that you know, people involved dealing with. Andrea, Jeff, or Justine. The UK or France could be significant. I have something about brunch here. There is an energy of you guys, some of you needing to clean up house. I have cleanup right here, and then I also have harboring energy. Like some of you have your ex's items that you need to get rid of, like a hoodie or a shirt, t-shirt, socks, something like that. It being in your space is causing a level of stagnancy because they're not blocking obviously, but within their energy still being in your space that's now clean for you to transform and go through this ascension that you're being called into. It's kind of like carrying around a cold that you've had for so long, even though like you want to get rid of the cold, but the only reason why you're not getting rid of it is because you keep wearing the same jacket that you kept coughing into and you never washed it. It's like keeping it in your space only causes more ickiness or stalemate sort of energy because that's no longer good for you. It's not associated with you anymore, and so therefore everything associated with it also needs to be removed. Obviously within this message, the Wheel of Fortune has turned and is definitely in your guys' favor. You could be dealing with a Cancer, a Libra, a Gemini, or a Virgo, or you also have those in your big three. Something about a hair salon could be significant. Maybe you just got your hair done. I do see you guys leaving your past actions behind, as there's a need for this in your ability to move forward. And this is in terms of the way you quickly take action to respond. It's more so within fire energy. So take a look at where fire is aspected in your chart and sort of make sure that you're tempering that energy, making sure that you have a sound mind and body and spirit in all of your actions and emotions. So you're not just acting off impulse, because if any of that was sort of prevalent in your previous movement, I do see you doing away with it again for this ascension. I was hearing the word Olin, which actually means to move and act with all your heart right now. So that is the energy that you guys are in. For those who this is the message for you. If you resonate with this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're also someone who's feeling a bit disconnected right now, but it's only because you're leaving a part of you behind. You're leaving a portion of a life that you had behind, and it doesn't have to be so dramatic in terms of you're genuinely leaving a house to move into another house. Sometimes it doesn't show up physically like that for you to understand it, but mentally you can understand that I used to feel this way, now I feel this way. It's just sort of that this isn't what I'm necessarily used to because I usually feel like this. I would also go back and watch throat chakra there. Confirmation. I would also go back and watch the Cancer reading I just recently did. I can't remember the name of it right now. I will link that in the description box for you guys to check out. I'll always put any related videos in the description box as well, just so you guys know moving forward. I was seeing a vision of somebody hang gliding, and this is your energy, right? So I'm Googling hang gliding, I'm watching a video, I'm looking at the definition, and within this ascension, you essentially feel like someone who is hang gliding. Like that is the energy that spirit is putting you into. That is what it looks like. That is the way in which you are moving. Hang gliding by definition shifts your weight to allow you to become lighter. So again, going back to that ascension energy, you are moving upward, but moving upward also depends on what you're putting into your body. So there's an emphasis right now as well on your food intake, making sure you're not eating, foods that are too heavy for you, that'll make you feel sluggish, that sort of dilute your energy. Also maybe having more like seafood rather than, like, I'm seeing steak and a hamburger. So something of that sort, just really watching your food intake there. And then I was hearing up, up, and away because you're preparing, obviously. Is that all? Yeah. And then the last message here is that you're entering an era of being able to depend on things and people. So if you previously feel like you were in circumstances where it's like, you would call on somebody, you would hope for something, or ask for a favor, or ask for help, or just support in any regard. It doesn't necessarily mean you need a handout. It's just like people that you couldn't depend on or it would always fall through. That's not something that you're going to be dealing with any longer. And then I just want to show you my other phone here, the video that I saw of hang gliding to sort of show you your energy. So, and you see how it's red that's coming out? It's like you have control of where you're going and how you're going, so long as you're open to going and you release all of this fire energy here, release the level of action, release action that was taken towards you, like really letting those things go, so that you're lighter in your movement to be able to move forward. I'll show it again for you guys. Like it's genuinely red. Also, your perception on what you're seeing in front of you is changing. That also goes into your ascension. It comes with that. So your gifts are heightening here. You might be able to see circumstances and where you are from a different viewpoint by being able to have a bird's eye view instead of looking at circumstances from a position of being in the middle of it. You yourself are very transformative energy, and so now I feel like you're in this position where you can see the level of transformation that's taking place from a standpoint of stepping back and saying, wow, I see how all of these moving parts are being initiated and moved around and working in conjunction with each other, rather than you're being the one causing this transformation and sort of like not knowing what's happening. Obviously you're a Scorpio, so you're intuitive, but your nature is to create transformation around you. And so now that the transformation is happening, around you, for you, it's sort of like you being in a higher position of yourself, looking at you from a different perspective. I hope that makes sense. If this is your message, you're gonna know what it is that I'm speaking of. 1 second. Yeah, also for some of you, there's something about your home that's significant, like your childhood home, like wherever you grew up, that has the most significance to you. There's something about that that's significant. Let me see here. So you have people at the bottom of the deck, and you have the city behind it. Yeah, confirmation here again on an incoming phone call or a message you're gonna receive. I feel like there's a lot that's working behind the scenes right now that you can't see. Shuffling for Scorpio. Hi guys. Hello. I'm hearing, get out there. Remember how we just said it's like you're in one place moving to another, but you're just not that comfortable there yet? It's like you being put on stage, you being put in the spotlight, you being put in a space that like everyone would want to be here. Everybody would want to be able to ascend in this way. But because you haven't actually been in this territory yet, that's the Cancer reading. Embarking on new territory, I believe, or something like that. Because you've never been in this territory before, there's like a level of fear, I want to say, or anxiety for some of you that may be sitting on your back in a way of, am I doing the right things? Am I showing up the right way? But you obviously are, so long as everything we were saying in the channeled messages align with you and you're making sure you keep that energy clean. This also means, you know, what you're listening to, being very focused on only filling your temple, your body, with what's healthy and cleansing, and anything outside of that, any addictions, anything that kind of keeps you in a loop of a habitual habit that might not be that great for you, or could shift your energy or your mood, doing away with that so that you can avoid disaster. You have superhero on the bottom of the deck, y'all. Literally superhero. And then behind that is like disassembled body parts. So again, making sure that you remain in this position so you're not in this position of feeling like sort of chaotic and all over the place, whilst remembering that you are in the process of transition. So if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel like things are just not what they seem, it's because they aren't, in the most positive way. But it's also going to take some adjusting for you because you're just not used to this level of ascension, or you're just not used to this level of you. This is the death card. Like it's like falling out or dying. It's like literally an old portion of you is being released. Let's go. It's reminding me, they're showing me a snake. Whew, literally. They're showing me a snake, and you know, snakes shedding their skin, that's a very, very uncomfortable process. It's something where you're being in a place that's uncomfortable for you, but it's not really what it looks like. As long as you can keep your faith within the focus here, you'll be fine. As soon as you don't believe in why you're in the position that you're in, it's gonna cause more disruption for you. And I hope that makes sense for you guys too. This is a Sufi tarot deck, so it also tells me that you guys have probably just completed some level of transformation in another aspect of yourself. It could have to do with your sexuality. It could have to do with past partners you've had, but it's some sort of cleansing out of an old habit, of an old way of doing things, of connectivity that used to be attached to you. I'm seeing like chains, getting away from or getting rid of that level of toxicity. Toxicity is different in every level for everyone, so just take it how it resonates. Wow, bottom of the deck is Tower to start. You're starting with the Tower? That is Scorpio energy. And then 5, it's like, see, it's like, it feels like it's this disruption here, right? Because like in order for something to happen, something has to hit. The disruption is here, quote unquote. It seems like it's a little bit more unbalanced for you. It seems like something wild is happening here, because it is. But behind that, you have number 5. All of the wisdom, all of what it is that you're learning, all that it is that you're positively receiving, working for you within this new atmosphere and keeping you calm. Your faith is paramount right now. It feels like, I can't see it, but it feels like there's so much going on behind me. Just like in the beginning of this video, and it was just like a whole bunch of horns honking outside my window. And when I tell you the block was quiet before then, quiet. I'm hearing the black is hot, the black is hot. The name Wayne could be significant. I think Little Wayne is a Libra? He's a Libra or a Scorpio, so yeah, maybe listen to that song. Shuffling for Scorpio spirit, thank you so much. I'm hearing ruminate, whatever this card is. Sometimes some of you guys are allowing like that thought process to kind of just circulate in your mind. Really try to get out of that loop. Go for a walk, get some fresh air. Because it's like reaching out to you. Like if you look close enough, there's hands here. But the only way it can get to you is if you respond to it. So you have to pretend that, not pretend, but move as though that doesn't exist. Like your fears aren't your truth. Your fears are only there because you realize that something is becoming real, or something feels more real now. And now that it's sitting in your face, it's like, what does this mean? What do I do with that? You're also not truly in control right now of where spirit is taking you, but you are in control of your direction, just like that video. So your decisions and your discernment are going to dictate your direction. That's also a message. The Aries reading, this decision dictates direction. There's a sentence before that, but yeah. Shuffling for Scorpio, this deck is really quiet. I'm hearing nope. Wow, yeah. You're just moving forward. Continue to follow your guides. Continue to make love with and be friends with your dark and your light energy. Your dark is not your enemy, and the light is not the only thing that's going to save you. You do have to have a balance in both. You do need to know when to defend yourself and make sure you're making very strong decisions, even if it means you're doing so in a way where, you know, you really have to take control. And it seems like you're in a position of, I'm not gonna say not caring what people think in terms of like stepping all over people, but Scorpio energy here, just being really powerful in your decisions. You know what I mean? Like, what is the word I'm hearing? Like being unshakable in that. And sometimes that can be seen as dark energy because it's like you're just not really It's almost giving someone who's like not easy to work with. And so again, that's not what I'm saying so much as someone who's not easy to work with typically is probably someone who is very strong-minded in what it is that they want, what it is that they desire, and what they know to be true. So stick with that, as well as being in your light energy, being kind, being open, being honest, and really following what spirit has for you here. Wow, 6 of Cups. There's definitely a part of you that you're releasing. It's like she's here, but she's looking at her here, and this is like where you used to be. And you're releasing that part of you so that you can continue to grow into the flower that you actually are. Again, going back to that snake shedding its skin energy. That's so interesting. Nothing came out from there. So I also feel like with that, with nothing coming out, I feel like you guys are going through something that's quite private, that you might not really be sharing with people in terms of your emotions and how deep those are. I feel like there's like a depth of pain or trauma. I'm hearing embarrassment, which you should never be embarrassed. We're all human beings and we're all learning as we go. Like no one knows anything and no one has a blueprint. So trust yourself, believe yourself, love yourself, and comfort you more. Oh my God. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. We said in the channeled messages that the Wheel of Fortune is changing and it's turning in your favor. Yes, just make sure that you're being watchful, mindful of how you move in terms of fire energy. Definitely check your fire placements. Shuffling for, I almost said Sagittarius. Shuffling for Scorpio. Five of Swords in reverse, 8 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. There's definitely an ending to your mindset. There's an ending to your also being manipulative to yourself. There's an ending to you feeling as though you can't break chains that have been placed around you. I feel as though usually 8 of Swords is kind of like paranoia, caught in your mind, kind of just in a loop about certain thoughts. But with this, they're not really connected to her. Her hands aren't tied. Her eyes are just closed. So I feel like there's a lot that's going on around you that could act as distractions, maybe even mental thoughts that could be unhealthy to a degree in terms of like how you think about yourself, how you speak to yourself, and you're really trying your best to distance yourself from those and find a balance. And I'm hearing yin and yang so that you can properly build here. 10 of Swords in reverse, bless. Anything else for Scorpio in terms of this Wheel of Fortune energy? High Priestess, y'all know this is also you. Like, you know, I'm hearing you know what you know. Believe in what you know. In the Hermit, this goes back to feeling disconnected. You see how she's like in this room by herself. It's only because you're reflecting on, you're having thoughts about, you're learning intellectually and having this level of introspection that is very, very helpful and mandatory at this time. There is a reason why in your feeling isolated, you feel isolated. You are not actually, however, what's coming to your mind at that time is important for you to receive, and making sure you block this level out. This is not what you need in terms of like what would be trying to come into your orbit, remaining still in that. And this is what you do need. The Hermit is all about being intellectual, having a deeper understanding, really studying something. Really making strong investments here. Knight of Pentacles. Something's starting over. I'm hearing false start. So if there's something that you wanted to start and you just weren't ready, or it didn't work out for you, for some of you, I see that coming back around. I'm hearing something about this month, August. love could be significant with that. Like if something came back around in terms of, that's crazy, August. I heard August, but then I'm also seeing Knight of Cups here, so it could have to do with love that came back around. Let me pull on that, shuffling for the August energy resurfacing for Scorpio. Yeah. It's like something you were working on that brought color to your life but wasn't fully truthful. Like that's coming back. Because like this sword needs to be standing straight up. It's the Princess of Swords. So it's also something that has to grow. It's still a little bit young or immature within the way that it shows up in your life. But it's something that you're working on. Or take it however it resonates. This could be another person or work itself here, but it's like you didn't have the whole truth about something. So now that it's coming back to you, I also see you kind of like minding your business, and then here comes this like not fully ready, but like I definitely have something to tell you, something to show you, and like the rest of that truth I do see coming out here. Yeah, Six of Pentacles, and then reciprocity is also offered within that. 10 of Cups. This definitely has to do with your emotions for sure. Like it's gonna make you very happy, whatever that is. If it hasn't happened for you already, it's going to. I'm also getting something about August 15th. Go back to that date. Yeah, Queen of Wands and Justice here. You've been moving and doing all of the right things. So anything else for Scorpio from this deck before we get our last message for them? Confirmation, King of Swords. Could be a male you're dealing with a strong truth. Doesn't have to be. For some of you, you have somebody who has not come in just yet. Could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It's almost like they're just watching you before they decide to like come in to say something. And it's coming back around. Yeah, Four of Cups in reverse. It's like you go from like missing something, it's not there, to then you end up having it. Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, we love this. And again, you guys, I didn't mention this. I'm so sorry. If you've been this far, God bless. We're doing a rollout of every sign as it has been the Oystress's 1-year anniversary and birthday. So I'm doing zodiac reads for every single sign, and then we'll also be resuming with like your overall message for your energies once this is concluded. So I did the water signs now, or I'm doing water signs now. You're the last of the water signs. Then I'm doing earth, and then I'm doing air signs. So once we finish all of that, or I'm sorry, then I'm doing fire, earth, and air signs. Once we finish all of that, we'll get back into our regularly scheduled program. So this energy is going to probably be carrying out until your next message, and within your next message, it'll probably speak on what you are like within that new territory. Words of abundance here at the bottom of the deck. Cards of advice here for Scorpio, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. Be careful. Some of you might have a little bit of a knee injury. I'm hearing a boo-boo. You like, make sure you have Band-Aids. Heavy on patience. Like even with the other deck where nothing was coming out, it's just like be patient. Again, this is coming up, it's coming in. So if you are not here yet, it's on its way. There's not really much to say besides like get ready and understand this energy, because when it comes in, it's picking you up and you're going to be hang gliding like that video. I'm hearing get ready because here I come. And it's going to be a lot of action. I'm getting deodorant. Yeah. Wow. Raise or promotion. You cannot make this up. Congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. Y'all. Heavy emphasis on like the crown and her hair here. Like, I don't know what that hair salon energy was, but if you need to pamper yourself to make sure you feel like this and believe what it is you're saying yourself, definitely do that. That's crazy. You can take a picture of this if you'd like. But that's the end of your reading, you guys. I wish you the best. Obviously, you're doing incredible. So just continue to believe in yourself, follow spirit, rid yourself of any negative talk, negative people, negative habits, because they cannot go with you where you're headed. It's gonna weigh, anything that's gonna weigh you down that doesn't work, gotta go. Sending you my best, 333 here on the time. Go watch the Virgo 333 closing a cycle reading. That is also for you. And I will talk to you guys when we're back. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe, please, if you feel keen to. Doesn't take anything and it's free.